Hashtag cold exposure and mental resilience. Hook. What if the most powerful thing you could do for your mental health today cost you absolutely nothing and took less than 3 minutes? No supplements, no therapy session, no expensive equipment, just cold water and the willingness to be uncomfortable for a moment. Stick with me, because what I'm about to share might completely change how you handle stress, anxiety, and hard days. Why this matters. We are living in a mental health crisis. Anxiety is at an all-time high. Depression rates keep climbing. And most people are looking for the answer in a pill, an app, or a podcast. And look, those things can help. But there's something almost embarrassingly simple that neuroscientists, performance coaches, and elite athletes have been quietly using for years. Cold exposure. Now I know what you're thinking. I've heard about cold showers. That's not new. But here's the thing. Most people have heard of it and never actually understood why it works. And when you understand the why, everything changes. You stop seeing it as a gimmick and you start seeing it as a training tool for your nervous system. Joe Rogan has talked about this extensively on the JRE. He's had Dr. Andrew Huberman, Dr. Rhonda Patrick, and Wim Hof on his show. And every single one of them has come back to the same conclusion. Deliberate cold exposure is one of the highest return habits you can build. Not just for your body, but for your mind. So today, we're going to break down the actual science, give you a real protocol you can start today, and tell you the mistakes that keep most people from getting any benefit at all. Let's get into it. The science. Study number 1, dopamine and norepinephrine. Researchers at the University of Oslo found that cold water immersion causes a massive spike in norepinephrine. We're talking up to 300% above baseline. And dopamine levels can increase by up to 250% and stay elevated for hours afterward. Now, why does that matter? Norepinephrine is the chemical your brain uses to sharpen focus, regulate mood, and manage stress responses. Low norepinephrine is directly linked to depression, brain fog, and difficulty concentrating. When you voluntarily expose yourself to cold, you are essentially giving your brain a natural chemical reset. And the dopamine piece is huge. Most people chase dopamine through social media, junk food, or entertainment. But those sources spike dopamine fast and drop it just as fast, leaving you feeling worse than before. Cold exposure raises dopamine slowly and keeps it elevated. That's a completely different neurological experience. Study number 2, stress inoculation. Here's where it gets really interesting. There's a concept in psychology called stress inoculation. The basic idea is that exposing yourself to controlled, manageable stressors actually trains your nervous system to handle bigger stressors more effectively. A study published in PLOS One looked at people who took regular cold showers over 90 days. The result? They reported significantly less anxiety, better mood regulation, and a 29% reduction in sick days compared to the control group. But the researchers noted something else. The participants weren't just physically healthier. They described feeling mentally tougher, more capable, like they had a tool they could use when life got hard. Think about that. You're not just taking a cold shower. You're practicing the skill of choosing discomfort. And that skill transfers directly to every hard conversation, every difficult workout, every moment when you want to quit something important. Study number 3, the prefrontal cortex connection. Dr. Andrew Huberman, neuroscientist at Stanford, has spoken at length about this on the Joe Rogan Experience. He explains that when you get into cold water, your body immediately triggers a panic signal. Your heart rate spikes. Your breathing goes shallow. Your brain screams at you to get out. And here's the key moment. If you stay in, if you breathe through it and calm yourself down while the cold is still hitting you, you are literally training your prefrontal cortex to override your panic response. The prefrontal cortex is the rational, decision-making part of your brain, and most people never train it under real stress conditions. Cold exposure is one of the only tools that puts you in a genuine stress state and then asks you to think clearly and stay calm at the same time. Huberman calls this top-down regulation. You're teaching your brain that you are in control, even when your body is screaming otherwise. That skill, staying calm under pressure, is arguably the most important mental skill a person can develop. The protocol. All right, here's exactly what to do. Step 1, start with what you have. You do not need a cold plunge tub. You do not need a fancy setup. Your shower works perfectly fine to start. Turn it to the coldest setting it will go. That's your tool. Step 2, the 30-30-30 beginner protocol. For the first 2 weeks, do this. End every shower with 30 seconds of cold water. That's it. Just 30 seconds. It sounds easy. It is not easy, but it's doable. And doable is what matters when you're building a habit. After 2 weeks, move to 60 seconds, then 90 seconds. Then work up to 2 to 3 minutes of cold at the end of your shower. Step 3, breathe before you go in. This is critical. Before you turn that dial to cold, take 3 to 5 slow, deep breaths. In through the nose, out through the mouth. You're preloading your nervous system with calm before the stress hits. This makes it significantly easier to stay in and stay relaxed. Step 4, control your breathing inside the cold. When the cold hits, your instinct is to gasp and breathe fast. Don't. This is the training. Slow your exhale down. Make it longer than your inhale. This activates your parasympathetic nervous system, your rest and calm response, while you're still in the stress state. This is the exact mechanism that builds mental resilience. Step 5, stay present. Don't count down. Asterisk asterisk. Watching the clock makes it harder. Instead, focus on your breath. Focus on relaxing your shoulders. Focus on the sensation. Be in it. This is a mindfulness practice as much as it is a physical one. Step 6, consistency beats intensity. 3 to 5 times per week is the sweet spot. You don't need to do this every single day to get the benefits. What you need is consistency over weeks and months. A 2-minute cold shower 4 times a week will change your brain. A 10-minute ice bath once a month probably won't. Common mistakes. Let me save you some frustration here. Mistake 1, going too hard too fast. People hear about Wim Hof sitting in ice for 2 hours, and they jump straight into a freezing cold bath on day 1. They hate it, they feel awful, and they never do it again. Start small. Earn the cold. Your nervous system needs time to adapt. Mistake 2, breathing wrong. Hyperventilating in the cold actually reduces the mental training benefit. You want slow, controlled breathing. If you're gasping and panicking, you're just suffering. You're not training. There's a difference. Mistake 3, doing it mindlessly. Some people turn the cold on, grit their teeth, and white-knuckle their way through it while staring at the wall. That's not the protocol. The whole point is to practice staying calm. Pay attention to your internal state. That's where the real work happens. Mistake 4, expecting instant results. Cold exposure is not a one-time fix. The research is clear that the benefits build over weeks. Your dopamine baseline improves. Your stress response becomes more calibrated. Your prefrontal cortex gets stronger. But that takes repetition. Trust the process. Mistake 5, doing it right before bed. Cold exposure raises your core body temperature after the initial cold phase, and it spikes norepinephrine and dopamine. That's exactly what you want in the morning. It's not what you want at 10 p.m. when you're trying to wind down. Morning or early afternoon is ideal. Closing. Here's the bottom line. Mental resilience is not something you're born with. It's a skill. And like any skill, it can be trained. Cold exposure is one of the most direct, science-backed, and accessible ways to train your brain to stay calm under pressure, regulate your mood, and build the kind of mental toughness that makes hard days manageable. Joe Rogan said it best, "The cold is a great teacher. It doesn't care about your excuses. You don't need a perfect setup. You don't need to be some elite athlete or biohacker. You need 3 minutes, a shower, and the willingness to be uncomfortable. That's it. So here's your challenge. Tomorrow morning, end your shower with cold water. Start with just 30 seconds. Breathe through it. Stay calm. And notice how you feel for the rest of the day. If you're going to try this, and I genuinely hope you do, comment the word protocol down below. It tells me you're committed, and it helps other people in this community see that real people are actually doing this work. If this was useful, share it with one person who needs a mental reset right now. And if you want to go deeper on the science of building an unbreakable mind, subscribe because that's exactly what this channel is about. See you in the next one. Remember, small consistent actions compound over time. Comment protocol if you're going to try this today. If this video helped you, like, subscribe, and turn on notifications. See you in the next one.